All right. I think Julia and A Sonata for Yesterday are two great ones to start with. Julia, it's the opening track. I think it's probably one of the best ones on the album. Uh, I think it's one of my, uh, most solid songs I've written. And A Sonata for Yesterday is another really vulnerable one, and it's got strings in it. I think it's a very pretty song. I think those are two solid ones to start with.
This is Rob Ruckus.
Hey, this is Kate Clover.
Hey guys, it's Nick Collins here from The Effect and Better Strangers.
Hi, my name is Madeline Rose.
Hey, it's Ben McKelvey.
It's Tim Howard here from Mike and the Mechanics.
Hello, I'm Amanda Lehman.
I'm Billy Harvey.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Casey Sampson from the band Twist Stop.
Hey, it's Tony from Fastball.
Hello, everybody. My name is Isaiah Mitchell.
Hey guys, it's Matt here from the White Lakes.
You're listening to Almost Famous Magazine.
Come join us for this interview. Check it out, Almost Famous Magazine.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hang right here on Almost Famous Magazine. I'm your host, Scott Saldinger, and every episode we hang with musicians and artists from across every genre, sharing their story with you. I want to thank everyone who subscribes. If you're new here, please ring the bell, leave a comment. You know how all of this works. I don't have to tell you. And not only does it help us, but it's really great for the artists that appear as well. Plus, something totally new, and we're super excited about it. You can now take The Hang with you wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Player FM, Boomplay, and many more. So we hope that you join us wherever you get your podcasts. As I've done in the past, just been on Instagram and came across another artist. And I'm excited for our conversation today because we're hanging with Max Weinman. He's an indie pop artist whose music blends introspective lyricism and eclectic production. His work explores themes of personal identity, modern relationships, the search for meaning within the noise of kind of everyday life that we all live in. And his lyrics are super vulnerable. And he brings a kind of emotional rawness to his music that I'm looking forward to exploring with him. And one thing that's super cool, if you're on Reddit and you've seen the Billy Joel subreddit, you already know how incredibly well Max's music and first album have been received. And I'm just stoked to hang with him today. Max, welcome to The Hang.
Thank you.
Did I get all that right? Was that a good intro?
Yes, you did. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Always want to make sure I get it right. The way that we start these out is really to dive into your musical origin story, right? And with a question that lets you get us to where we are today. Your origin story. Did you find music or did music find you? Tell me what that's all about.
I think music kind of found me. I mean, my whole family is musical. I mean, we all sing. Ever since I'm little, we've all been, singing in the house. Music's always been in the house. So I didn't start playing piano until I was around 15, though. And that's when I started writing songs.
Why such a late start with so much music in your life?
I don't know. I mean, it was just like a hobby, just singing, in my room, listening to music. But that was about it until I decided I wanted to make music.
How did you land on piano as your first instrument?
Well, I mean, as you know, I'm a big Billy Joel fan, big Elton John fan, so that's kind of where I gravitated towards piano.
Yeah, no, totally understandable. Besides those artists, what was some of this music that was in your house that you were growing up with?
All kinds of things. I mean, I remember when I was little, my parents would play Cat Stevens a lot, the Beatles, of course, and just a lot of doo-wop as well. My mom's a big doo-wop fan. Her dad was in a doo-wop band in the 50s, so I naturally am a fan of doo-wop as well. So all kinds of music.
No, that's great. That's great. I've listened to your album. I think it's extraordinary. I mean, it's very deep lyrically, creative musically, and you do a great job of incorporating emotional complexity into your music. I mean, it's almost like you're probably 2 to 3 times your age with the maturity in the lyrics that you're writing. And it's very emotional. Are there any any certain emotions for you that are easier to convey through your music than others? And if so, what are they and why?
Um, um, I mean, a lot of my music is about, my lyrics are about heartbreak and personal experiences. Um, I don't know. Uh, I just had a brain fart. Can we cut that out, actually? Or,
Well, no, we're just going to keep going. We're just hanging, buddy. Don't worry about it. Just,
uh,
what, I mean, kind of let me in a little bit on like what emotions are easier for you to write about? Which ones do you struggle with? And how do you approach bringing your experience and your emotions to your music?
um, I don't know. I mean, I'm more used to writing about heartbreak and um, more used to writing about heartbreak and stuff like that. I mean, I haven't really explored much else. I mean, I have one song on the album about a friend of mine who joined the Marines, and I I don't know. I haven't written much else besides kind of like heartbreak stuff.
Has heartbreak been a big thing in your life
I mean, that's
so
kind of what
far?
got me into writing music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Somebody messed around with you, huh? They got under
yeah,
your skin.
yeah.
Yeah, totally get it. When I was young, those were some of the first songs that I ever wrote myself. When you sit down to approach your writing, how do you do it? Are you a music first, lyric second? Do you hear the music in your head? How does songwriting come to you, and what's your approach?
Um, Usually when I'm writing, I uh, I just sit down at the piano and I'll usually come up with the chords first. And as I kind of go along, I'll come up with some chords for a verse, and then I'll just start singing over them. And then I kind of write the lyrics in tandem, like with the music. Sometimes I'll write the lyrics beforehand and then try to put music to it, but usually the other one.
Yeah, so it just kind of flows out of you.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I just, I I get that feeling, and I feel like I have something to say.
Oh, great, great. Um, I'm curious, as this is a very personal album. What's the most personal lyric you've written, and what did it take for you to open up like that to include it in a song?
Mm. Most personal lyric. That's a really good question. I think in um in our silence, there's a lyric where I say, how'd it go again? Uh, you're how does it go again? Sometimes your silence it feels like violence, uh, to my poor soul because, oh my God,
It's all good. It's all good.
um, I'm trying to remember how it goes. Sometimes your silence feels like violence to my poor soul because I sacrificed so many things in my life just to make you feel at home. That's how it goes. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's probably one of the most personal ones, I think.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Well, I mean, at the time I was in a relationship and I was giving so much and getting so little back, and that's kind of where the whole song came from.
Your music is extremely vulnerable, and and I applaud you for that. Um, in today's music, do you feel that that vulnerability is becoming more common, or something that's really kind of getting lost in the digital age of music creation, where music, for lack of any other term, has become not product, but content all the time, and can be a little less personal. What do you think about that?
Um, I think it depends on the artist. I mean, there's so many new artists that have come out with stuff recently, and it's very vulnerable stuff. I just think it depends on the artist. I don't think it's something that's being lost. I think it might be being actually more accepted as time goes on, as society evolves and becomes more understanding.
Good point. Good point. So you got 10 tracks on the album. It's self-titled, so we don't. That's our title. But for someone who's watching us today, right? And there are people nowadays who listen. They listen. Their life is on shuffle, right? Some people like me, I love listening to start to finish and give an album time to sink in. Of those 10 tracks, right? Disregarding which one you feel is like the single or a single, if someone were to watch us today and then decide to go sample your music, which track do you feel best represents you and your sound that someone should start on their musical journey with you, and why that track?
I'm not sure. Let me think about that. I think if you really want to get a feel for my music, I think Julia is a great choice. And can I pick two?
Sure, I'll give you two.
All right. All right. I think Julia and a Sonata for Yesterday are two great ones to start with.
Why so? Why did you pick those?
Well, Julia, it's the opening track. I think it's probably one of the best ones on the album. Uh, I think it's one of my, most solid songs I've written. And a Sonata for Yesterday is another really vulnerable one, and it's got strings in it. I think it's a very pretty song. I think those are two solid ones to start with.
Great. For when you listen to the album, there's a fair amount of open space on it. And what I mean by that is you haven't jam-packed every single note, instrument, etc. into the album. You've given it some breathing room. What was your production process like? Are you the only one on the album? Did you bring in any other musicians? And the decision process around keeping it to a very kind of a light production that's got some open space to it.
We started everything. We did everything on a grand piano. We did all the songs. Sorry, my dog. Did all the piano tracks, and then it took a very long time, longer than I would have liked it to. But that's neither here nor there. We laid down all the piano, and then we brought in the bassist, and then the guitars for the two songs that have guitar, and the saxophonist, and it was definitely an experience. I learned a lot from it. I think I became a better musician, definitely being in that kind of studio atmosphere, and it was a trip.
So you just mentioned that you learned a lot. What's the most valuable lesson you think you learned out of that process?
I think I learned a lot in terms of playing, I think it even made me a better piano player. Tempo wise, he really, the producer, Steve Burns, I'd never played to like a click track or anything before. So I've only played, with a drummer behind me, and that's usually just playing by myself. So I think I got a lot better with my timing and tempo. And I also learned a lot about the production side of things and the music business side of things, and how it's a lot more complicated than people think.
Really complicated for you in what ways? What are some of those things that you learned that maybe someone watching today might get a great lesson out of it from you?
I think it's like when like you think that it's gonna be like you just go in and you do it, and it's done like that, but it takes some time, and you gotta go through the ringer with it, and it just it takes time. Like there's so many things involved. Like you got to get the musicians in. You got to teach them the stuff. I had to have chord charts written for my music so they could all play to it, and it's just a lot of things that go into it that I wasn't privy to beforehand.
More process than you were prepared for, so to say.
Yeah, in a good way though.
On your YouTube channel, you've covered a number of Billy Joel and Elton John songs, and on Reddit, Billy Joel fans are giving you quite the accolades for kind of challenging the early feeling and sound of his music, while you're also expressing yourself individually. How do you feel about that comparison? Yes, you grew up listening to him, But how do you feel about the comparison and then your own nuance? How it relates to your own nuance that you're putting into your songs.
Well, I think it's an honor to be compared to Billy Joel and people like that. But I mean, I definitely, I'm Max Weinman, and I want to be my own person. So, but it is an honor, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I went down a rabbit hole on you, and that you get to Reddit, and there's just pages of pages of people raving about what you're doing. So I think that's
Yeah, they're
fabulous.
very nice things.
Yeah. Now, I mean, for a younger guy who's did grow up with music in their family, though, I'm kind of curious because one of the ways that you and I came in contact was with someone that I've known musically for probably the better part of my life, growing up in New York, and his history with New York summer camps and things like that. But how did you find Dean Friedman, and what in Dean's music connects with you?
I found Dean through it was probably like 2019. I was in 10th grade, and one of his songs just came up in my Spotify shuffle. I think it was Solitaire from his first album, which is a great song. And that's how I found him. And I was in love with his music from there.
Yeah, no, he's got a great catalog. He's been on the Hang before, and it was a really kind of a great opportunity to get to know his music even better. Everyone has we get mentors in life. We have people who make monumental impacts on us. So far in your musical career and experience, who's been that biggest either inspiration or who's had the greatest impact on you so far?
I mean, I think I'm obligated to say, Billy Joel and Elton John and the Beatles are three big ones. Emmett Rhodes is another one that's definitely influenced my music. I mean, he was like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Emmett Rhodes. He was like, a lot of people call him the one man Beatles. He played every instrument, kind of like Prince. He recorded in his I think it was like a garden shed, and he's very like the most unknown guy who had the greatest music, but he he never really got big. But yeah, that's another big inspiration for me, Emmett Rhodes.
Yeah, wow. I'll have to check him out. While music is your passion and the direction you're taking now, what if it wasn't music? What else did you ever think that you might want to do with your life?
Oh my God. I used to um I used to be I used to draw a lot, and I draw mostly like people and stuff, and I think I probably would have either been um an artist or maybe maybe architecture, because a lot of drawing involved in that. Probably something with drawing, or either that or just painting houses. My dad's a house painter. Maybe go down that road.
Do you think the passion for drawing and creating with your hands has helped you with your music?
Um, I think I think definitely, yeah. Um, I think I mean, there's a lot of movement in piano, a lot of what's it called, hand-eye coordination and drawing. So I think there's a correlation there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, now that the album's out, and there are going to be links below so people can go out and buy it. What, do you have more songs in the can? Are you working on some new stuff? What's the rest of the year and into 2026 have in store for you?
I'm writing new music, and I'm going to be releasing them as singles as soon as I can. And once I have a new album, I'll release that. But I'll be releasing singles up until then. So yeah, new music is in the works.
Yeah, great. And now, is the new music kind of in the same vein? Are you taking any different creative approach to it?
I mean, it's still the Max Weinman sound, I guess, but it's evolving. It's kind of got a different feel, I think. I don't want to be complacent. It's definitely, I think, even better than the first stuff you've heard.
All right. Well, obviously, you mentioned that you learned a lot going into the studio, so I'm sure you take some of that into your songwriting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Um, you know, I'm not a bucket list kind of guy. Like some people are, right? I'm more of a like
Mm,
just gotta go do it kind of guy.
yeah,
But I know that through these conversations that we have here on the Hang, great things happen when we talk about stuff. And one of the things that I'm always fascinated by, and I probably know the answer to this already, but I'm really interested in the why, is if you had the chance to get into the studio for one day with one other artist, who would it be and why them?
man. Let me think about this for a second. Um, I'd probably say Emmett Rhodes. I mean, he's amazing. Either that or maybe the Beatles. Uh, one of those two.
No.
And I
Well,
think
you've got two Beatles left, so you got half the chance.
um, definitely Paul McCartney out of the two. I mean, I love Ringo too, but McCartney is there's no one like him.
Yeah. What? Let me ask you this, because you're deeply seeped into music from kind of a different time and space, right?
Mm.
Older Billy Joel, Elton John, the Beatles. Are there new artists that you found that either inspire you or have drawn your interest?
Absolutely. There's so many. There's the Lemon Twigs, um, Drug Dealer, Silver Twin. Evan Blix is another really cool guy. He's making great music right now. Yeah, lots of like new retro artists.
Cool, cool. One of the big things that we are adamant about here, and I expect that all of you watching will go out and buy Max's album. It's truly, I mean, go out and buy it. It's worth every penny. Support him. We have to support artists these days. There's no way that he can afford to finance his next album just on Spotify royalties and streaming royalties. It's just not going to happen. So the links are going to be below so that you go out and buy the album. I know, just off the top of my head, you can get it on Apple Music. I'll make sure that they're all down below. And if you see that Max is ever playing in your area, he may go out, you never know if he gets on a run of shows or is performing locally where he lives. Go out and see him and support him. But with that said, one of the things that we really enjoy doing is sharing music. It's just you and me here. We're hanging. And I'm always fascinated when you're not making music, right? What are you gravitating to? Who are two or three artists that you enjoy listening to? Whether it's, maybe you take them on a walk with you, maybe that you take them to the gym, meditate with them, whatever. Who are a few artists that you listen to that you really enjoy, and why them?
I mean, obviously, a lot of the people I've said before, Billy Joel, Elton John. Uh, Definitely, um, Rolling Stones is another band I like a lot. Um, I also like folk, like what's his name, Harry Chapin and James Taylor and stuff like that. Um, Really, just anything, man. I mean, I'm not picky. I love all kinds of music.
I know, but dude, you are bringing up, artists really from my youth. I mean, my history listening to Harry Chapin goes back almost my entire life. I mean, Harry Chapin is an East Coast guy that,
Mhm.
if you didn't grow up on him, that you typically aren't aware of. Like, are you really, your parents exposed you to a lot of those kind of, 60s and 70s singer-songwriters who are more storytellers than just pop lyricists?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they always were playing stuff like that in the house, even still today. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people say I'm an old soul. I mean, it's kind of a cringy thing to say, but I think it's true. I mean, I really have like this uh like a passion for old music, and I really, really, really enjoy it. And Harry Chapin's amazing, and he should still be here today, man. He was so great.
I'm old enough to remember the day that unfortunately that he passed
Mm,
tragically. Yeah, definitely a loss to not only the music world but to humanity in general with everything he did with was it World Food Kitchen,
Yeah,
World Hunger Day. Yeah, yeah, everything that he did was incredible. I mean, you definitely are. I mean, you are wise beyond your years. Obviously, from the depth of your lyrics and songwriting, it's amazing to have a chance to sit down with someone who really takes it so very seriously like you do, and are willing to be vulnerable enough to put yourself out there that way. And I
thank
think
you.
that speaks a lot about you. Max, this has been a great conversation. I look forward to following your career and seeing what happens and all the good things that could bring in store. Everybody, you've got to check out Max. I mean, I know I talk about checking out a lot of bands on here and artists, but I'm telling you, Max's music is going to touch you emotionally. And if you really like a well thought out lyric that goes deep inside your head and makes you think and feel, Max's music is for you 100%. So, Max, I appreciate you joining me today. I wish you all the best in your success. Make sure you check him out. He'll also have his Instagram and all of his other links below so you can find Max where he's at, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, any of the social platforms. It's been an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Max, and I look forward to having you back someday after another album or so.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
This has been great. Thanks for hanging with us, everybody. We'll see you again very soon for another conversation with truly amazing artists that it's an honor to get to know them. So till next time, thanks for joining us, and bye for now. Bye, Max.
Bye.